I'm Davie.
I'm Misti.
DM Watts.
Unscripted.
Unedited.
Unapologetic.
Let's get it.
What is going on, everybody? I am Davie.
I'm Misti.
And welcome, folks, to another episode of DM Watts Podcast. We are glad to be here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. I see the look on your face.
I was waiting for it. I was going to get you.
We're glad to be here and back. But,
No. We're just here, okay? They can count on us being here.
We are here. But welcome to another episode of DM Watts Podcast, folks. Real quick, if you have not went out and got your copy of Attack the Panic by my precious, lovely wife here, it's called Attack the Panic.
Thank
It
you,
is your
baby.
panic attack planner, available on Amazon.
For
and
all
anywhere
of
else.
your
Yep.
panic attacks.
For all of your dang on panic
Attack the
attacks.
Panic.
You want to document them or something like that? Take daily motivation.
Yeah.
Take a look at it. Trust me.
Yeah, it's not daily motivation though. That was
Isn't it?
Remember I
call it
said
daily motivation because I
I
saw it and was
specifically didn't want any inspiration. I didn't want any motivational
Mm.
quotes. I didn't want anything
Mhm.
in it. I just wanted to get to the meat and bones. I'm having a panic attack. Here's the reminder. This is what I need to do.
like, oh, okay. Well, it's not daily motivation. My bad.
No.
But it's
Go
definitely a
somewhere
good
else
idea.
for that.
Yeah, definitely not Attack the Panic. So definitely not Attack the Panic. So what has transpired from the last time we've been here? So far, well, we did already talk about Alabama. I can't say that that's old news because there's still memes about it. So that's happening.
Oh, man.
But on a more serious note, man, prayers out to those folks over in Hawaii, over
Oh,
in Maui. Man,
that breaks my heart.
that is heartbreaking what's going on over there. It really is. It
Yeah.
really is. So prayers to those and shouts out to all the pilots, first responders, and everybody else trying to
Absolutely.
do what they can to help those folks over there.
Yeah.
It's greatly, keep those people in your thoughts and prayers.
And I was this morning. The Cajun Army is over there, so
really?
yeah, they have up on their website, Cajun Army, things that people need because again, when people are in crisis and when you
Yeah.
have such a horrible disaster such as this, people want to help, but they don't always know what to send or where to send it to. And then you see all these things. Oh, they're sending blankets. They're sending coats. They don't need that. So if you go to Cajun Army, it's a highly specific list.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying this morning of things that are needed. It's very specific. So don't just randomly buy stuff on Amazon and have
Yeah,
it sent
yeah,
somewhere. Go
yeah.
to their website and see what is actually being
Exactly.
needed.
Don't be like, hey, I like Kool-Aid. I bet they would too.
Yeah.
Here's 30 packs of Kool-Aid. No.
Yeah.
That's no. Please make sure it's stuff that's needed.
It's
Those
needed.
folks they're down in a bad way.
Yeah.
So let's do what we
It's a
can
lot
to
of
help those
death.
folks out. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on over there. So please do what you can to help those folks out. So on another thing that has happened since we haven't been around, babe, what's the name of that newspaper? The Marion.
Oh, the Marion.
If you haven't been looking at what's going on in Kansas,
Man.
oh man. So a newspaper posted something out, put something out.
They
They actually
didn't.
didn't put it out.
They didn't put anything
They had
out.
a story.
They were looking at doing a story.
They were looking at doing a story.
on a local
business owner,
coffee shop owner.
right? Who's got a liquor license.
Yeah.
But she
or was
had it-
trying to get one.
Yeah, but she had a DUI. So they found this out. Didn't run with the story.
Didn't.
However, the police raided their business, took all the computers, laptops, everything. took
Because
everything.
somebody said that
Because-
they were using it as a front
For
for
identity theft.
Identity theft.
They said that they raided it because they wanted to
a
know.
little bitty.
They
a
wanted to
little
know-
bitty paper.
They wanted to know how these people got the information.
Yeah.
So that required a raid of their business. Not let's look into the story that they didn't run. Let's look into how they got that information
and the
about said individual.
co-owner, it was a mother and son that owned the Marion
Mhm.
County Register, and the mama was 98 and in
Man,
perfect health
and
and was still
unfortunately-
working.
Yeah,
And because of the raid, not only on the newspaper but
Yeah.
on her home,
man.
she died
She
24
died
hours later.
24 hours later after they
So
did
not only
this.
is this man having to deal with the death of his mama
Yeah.
and his business partner,
Yeah,
but then the police coming in and raiding, and
Yeah.
and it was it wasn't properly done, and they had no reason to do
Yeah.
it, and they've
Well,
been given the stuff back, but
yeah.
still,
Because come to find out,
he
they didn't.
lost
There
his
wasn't enough
mama for
evidence
that.
to warrant having a search warrant.
But he's gained 2,000 subscribers.
That's right. But they've gained 2,000 subscribers. So if you
So,
haven't subscribed to the Marion,
County Register.
hey, we with you guys, man. Y'all that's the freedom of the press.
Absolutely.
And people have come out and supported those guys a lot. And so we just thank everybody for coming out and support. Appreciate you guys coming out and support our state, good old Kansas. There's people in, what Marion County is what it is, or I think it's what it was. Yeah. So, hey, appreciate you guys coming out and doing those things, and subscribing and doing whatever you can to support them. So, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into what the question of the day is. Yeah.
Because that was enough small talk.
Yeah.
for
All
me.
right. That's enough. All right. So, the question of the day. The question of the day. So let's check it out. Here's our question of the day. It's going to be, would you rather have mountains
Or
oceans?
ocean.
Do you prefer mountains or oceans? So,
Both, please.
so
Yes, please.
I have
Either
a
or.
preference.
You do.
I do have a preference. Preferably neither damn one. But
Wait.
if I have to, hold on.
What do you mean
Hold-
neither one?
Hold on.
We live in Kansas, so you
Yes.
just want to live in Kansas because it's
So-
neither mountains nor ocean.
That's right.
So neither
So-
one is
okay.
Kansas.
When I say neither
Maybe
one,
Nebraska.
okay, depending on the question, it says mountains or oceans. Are we talking about would you rather be in a mountain, on a mountain, or be in an ocean? It's like or live next to a mountain.
Yeah, but you're
or
going
live next
worst
to an
case
ocean.
scenario.
Okay.
Would you rather be stranded on a mountain or out in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, that's what I
That's
was
where
thinking.
you went with
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
I look at it as, where would I rather be in this moment? Either or.
Mountains or oceans? So, okay, so which one?
That's so hard.
Yeah.
So here's how I look at it. I want both, and you can get both. There are, you look
Good
those
old state of
coastal, yeah,
California.
California. But even Massachusetts, and you get not necessarily mountains, but you get, higher elevated
yeah.
land.
Hmm.
So I love that. I love knowing that I can get to the mountains in a short amount of time, or the ocean. So if I can
Yeah.
live somewhere where I'm 2 hours out from either,
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And so
And so I would rather have the mountains though.
yeah, would you so
Yeah.
Okay. So looking at it from that aspect, I lived in Japan. I may have mentioned it once or twice.
You don't say.
Yeah. So I lived in Japan, in Okinawa Island, and the ocean
Is right
it-
there.
it's right there. Like you're literally a speed bump in the ocean. So
Mhm.
I think what people don't realize about the ocean is how salty the ocean is. You're there for the view, most likely. You're not there.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Because the ocean is incredibly so. Like you get in there, and when you get out of that water, and the person of my complexion get out of that water, we get ashy already. So getting out of the water in the ocean is salt water that dries your skin out. So I can tell you that I look like a totally different person when I get out of the water of the ocean. I can pass for your complexion as ashy as I am when I get out of the salt water. I'm just saying.
Really? I didn't notice that.
You get ashy.
We went to the Bahamas. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
notice
get,
that.
when that wasn't salt water. That was like I feel like that was just nice water.
Yeah, ocean salt water.
Yeah, that's cool. But I'm telling you, it was just different.
It was different water.
It
is
was
what you're
different water.
saying.
It was crystal clear.
Yeah.
That water was crystal clear at the Bahamas. I don't
Where
know
in
what they do. I
Okinawa
feel
it's
like,
not.
not so much.
Oh, okay.
No. There's a lot of
I
seaweed.
have no
and-
idea. I've never been to Okinawa.
Yeah, there's a lot of
so-
seaweed and
Stuff.
things. But mountains. Okay, I've been to Alaska, and the mountains in Alaska, as you're driving it, it literally looks like what the end scene of Terminator should have been. When she drives away in that long road.
Yeah.
Like it should have been like she drives away and they got like the mountains or whatever, or
Sure.
something like that. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to look at. Yeah. to look at.
Okay, so when we were up in the mountains in the northwest Pacific region,
Okay.
driving that was kind of scary.
That was scary, kinda.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Look, first of all, if you
That
ain't
was
never
pretty
driven in
scary.
Oregon,
Woo!
if you've never driven
Going
in Oregon,
in that pass, there's a pass coming out of California into Oregon, and
Yeah.
it's literally like it feels like a third of the state. Like you're just on it for 2 hours.
I feel like they
Oh.
they misdirected the name Death Valley,
It was
and
scary.
they should have named Oregon just Death Valley. Don't come here. No, nobody. Look, if you value life at all, driving through the mountains of Oregon, man,
It showed me I totally lost my nerve.
I'm gonna
Like,
tell you,
my last nerve is gone.
yeah, Oregon driving actually
And I grew up
coming
in
back
that
through it
region,
was
so
coming back through it was fine. It wasn't
yeah,
that bad.
it was okay because we'd already done it.
Yeah,
But
man, when
growing
you-
up in that area, like, I'm used to that. And then going back, I was like, get me
Yeah.
off this mountain.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the people were beeping at us severe. The speed limit in them mountains is like
Word.
45, 50 miles an hour. Yeah. No, I chose Granny that day. I was like, no, 30 and 35. And we were
And I
both
was
sweating.
okay with that.
We were both sweating. People, you got semis flying by you carrying
Man.
logs. B, what the hell are you doing?
And
I'm like,
remember, we kept calling Gene. Gene, when's this gonna be over?
Yeah.
Because my brother drives that truck all
Man,
the way up there.
I'm going to tell
and I'm
you.
like,
Anytime they have a path where a runaway truck has to go to, if you're out of control, take this road. What?
yeah, the grading
The-
there is
the-
pretty steep.
It's like, hey, this road is for runaway trucks. Why does this exist? That right
So-
there. And I'm like, we're in a truck, clearly not a semi, but that path is for runaway trucks.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
It was really, and I guess the weird thing, I guess I never felt that way going up to Tahoe, because Tahoe, it's so kind of gradual when you go in to Tahoe that you don't feel like you're on this windy, steep, horrible grading. You're going through, these different towns and stuff. So, because I love Tahoe. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
I've never been to Tahoe.
Tahoe is just fantastic.
I heard that Tahoe was just amazing,
It's
but
just
I ain't never been there.
beautiful.
Hmm.
And I was fortunate enough to get to go up there a lot, and it was
Yeah.
just great. If you wanted to go in the snow, you were in the bay, and you're like, hey, I want to go see the snow. All right, well, hour and a half later.
Yeah.
Well, back then when there wasn't traffic.
Mm.
Now I'm sure it's like 3 hours later.
Yeah. Well, I can say that when we went there, I guess one of the other, besides being terrified,
Yeah, we were.
Oregon is actually beautiful.
Oregon's gorgeous.
Oregon is actually
It
beautiful.
reminded me of Vermont. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Oregon is beautiful. The mountains is just,
But it smells
they're
like pot.
majestic. Huh?
It smelled like pot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Because I feel like everything is legal there
It
in
smelled
Oregon.
like pot.
Pretty sure everything is legal there. Last we heard that all the drugs are legal in Oregon, but I mean that's a thing. But I still liked I didn't like driving through there, but once we got to a hotel in Oregon
That was
and
great.
you look out and look at where you are, man, it's
And the people were super nice.
yeah, they were actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
People in Oregon were.
And we didn't have to pump our own gas.
Yeah. I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I did not
That's a
know that
thing.
as a thing. Did you know I think that's in Jersey too. When you
I don't
get-
know, but I it used to be in Idaho too.
Yeah, literally, if you get out there, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm finna
Get
pump my
heat.
no.
No, we do
No,
that.
you stay in the car, and it's
I
like a
know.
legal thing. Like, no, stay in the car.
Yeah.
You don't need to cut the car off.
No,
You're supposed to, but
you didn't,
mm-mm.
'cause the guy was talking to you,
Yeah, just having a conversation, filling up the car.
and then after it's over, Davey looks at me and goes, "Oh my God, I didn't turn the car off." I go, "Well, we didn't die,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
let's get on down the road.
Yeah, but ocean.
Let's get off this mountain."
What oceans have you been in other than the one we went to, Bahamas?
Pacific, Atlantic,
Yeah.
yeah, Northern and Southern California Ocean.
So, what is it that draws you more? Like, I
and then
guess
Atlantic.
like towards the ocean. If you were to say, okay, what is it that you like about the ocean? I mean, just like we like the scenery of the mountains. Is it
Yeah.
the scenery of the oceans too? Because that's
It's there's so much. It's the sound. The
the
sound
ocean?
is deafening and wonderful. And then it's all the wonderful presents that the ocean gives you, whether it's sea glass. I'm a huge sea glass nut. If it's sea glass or seashells,
Yeah.
depending on where. And sometimes it's a plate. Like, you get all this cool pottery, like you never know what you're going to get, or driftwood.
yeah. Well,
So yeah, it's the gifts that it gives you, and then just how I feel in it. Like
Hmm.
not so much the Atlantic. The Atlantic Ocean is great. Don't get me wrong. I totally enjoyed it. But as far as like swimming and stuff, 'cause you saw me in the Bahamas,
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
give me the
Yeah,
water.
fish.
It's just I feel lighter. And it might go back to my fibro, but I was always like that with water. Like put me in the water. It's this feeling of weightlessness, and my body doesn't hurt. So.
I guess I'm more of it all depends on the water. So like the Bahamas, the view is amazing.
It
Right,
was
'cause
amazing.
it's crystal
the
clear, the
color
water.
was gorgeous.
It's crystal clear because there's things that they don't tell you about the ocean that you have to experience unless you like me and you already know, you've seen the videos. Like, hell no, but you experienced it. The ocean looks great at daylight. That ocean looks like, first of all, you seen Jaws, you like, I ain't going out there. But the ocean at night looks devastatingly evil. Like, do not
Oh.
step foot in here. Everything in here will kill you.
I think it
Because
was
that's the
great.
way it looks.
Now I will say, I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah.
blacker than black. It is
Yeah,
black as black.
it's blacker
when
than
you're
black.
on the ocean at night,
Mm-hmm.
it's trippy.
Yeah, we were
It's
there in the
trippy.
Bahamas, well,
But
on the boat. Remember? He was like,
yeah.
"Look at this." Nope.
He
Sure
wouldn't go out
No,
there.
I
I'm
went
like,
out there to go right back in.
"It's
Nah,
amazing.
you out there. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm glad." I'm like, "No, we're not finna hug up out here. No, it is pitch black." out here."
Anywho, I will say the coolest place. But I mean, I grew up on the bay, so I'm used to seeing the ocean at night. I guess.
I guess so,
But,
because I was not. I can't.
One of my favorite times of being, on the ocean at night was
Mhm.
in Monterey, and it was like April, and it was just all phosphorescent. Like there was a moment where it was just for a few days, the ocean seemed to just glow. Because it was just all these phosphorescents coming in, and Monterey's
And I've never
pretty
seen
wavy
that.
and
I will
active.
say that I've never
It's
seen that.
absolutely beautiful. It's like
So-
1,000 fairies just coming
Really?
in. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yeah,
So,
I've never had. The
That was
pleasure of
cool.
seeing
And
that.
then getting to sit on the docks, the state piers in New England,
Yeah.
and watch the 4th of July
Hmm.
on the piers is just amazing. Because then, whatever happens in the air is reflected on the ocean. So it's just this like double fireworks show. It's brighter than bright, and they're out on barges miles away. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool.
Well, and then so I think both are acquired tastes, because one of the things that probably scares me about mountains is that from far away you're like, man, look how beautiful that mountain look, and you travel through it. All of a sudden, there's a blizzard up there that you didn't know what was going on. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Or
Like,
a
hey,
bear.
Or
a
well,
cat.
when I say travel through, I'm
Big
talking about
ol'
in a car.
bobcat.
In a car, I ain't talking about walk mountains. I don't do that. And let's go for a hike in that mountain. That's not.
See,
See,
where I used to hike Yosemite and
Yep.
all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, see,
And it was amazing.
You know
I
what?
came across a wild cow.
a wild cow.
Yeah. It was on the
Okay.
other side of I was hiking the Misti Trail, so for all
The
of you.
Misty Trail.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, or Bridal Falls or something like that, but I was on the other side of the mountain and
Huh.
coming down, and
That's
there was a cow.
okay. That's different. Okay.
And then
a
the
wild
park-
cow. What is that? Just
And
one
then
that
it
doesn't
was just a
belong to
cow,
farm.
yeah.
It doesn't belong to
And
a
then
farm.
the park ranger came up on horseback, and she was like, "Hey, you're gonna miss the bus, and it's the last bus. You need to get off this mountain before it gets dark." I'm like, "We're trying,"
Yeah.
because it's a zigzag trail, and it's like straight down. You have to run. You have to run. You don't have a choice. You cannot walk. It's
Because how
that
steep it is. Yeah.
So you're running, and then you get stopped by the park ranger, and I'm like, "Hey, by the way, there's a cow. Yeah, you guys need to watch out for those cows. Those cows do kick." Oh, great.
What?
Okay. She's like, "I passed by a couple more on the way up."
Those.
And I'm
All
like,
right.
"Well, are we almost there?" "Yeah, keep running. You'll be there in about
yeah,
10, 15 minutes."
Yeah. See, nah. That's
And we wonder why Misty has fibro.
yep. Well, I tell you what,
Running down a mountain in Yosemite.
I wouldn't mind doing hiking and nothing
Oh,
like
that's
that.
great.
As long as I get to choose the weapon I take with me.
What are you taking?
I don't know. There's something, because look, we've seen those videos of the guy jogging, dumbasses. But anyway, of the guy jogging and he turns around. Oh my God! It's literally been a bobcat that's been scoping him out.
Big old
Does
bobcat.
like you've seen the guy on a motorcycle just driving, and he turns around and he's being chased by by a bobcat. Had no idea that was happening with him. You ain't seen that one?
No, and again, growing up in California, even in the Bay, because we have so many hills and mountains in the Bay that
Mhm.
it's like that's part of. If you go hiking, you better have something on you because you're gonna have mountain lions and bobcats.
Yeah. Definitely better have them things on you. Bear mace and all.
That's
The whole nine.
the beauty of California. I think that's why I miss it.
Yeah.
Because I miss that having options of
Yeah.
where to go walking.
Well, Cali has it all. They have all the
They
seasons.
have everything.
They got mountains, they got oceans,
They got desert.
and lions and tigers and bears.
Oh,
all
my.
of those. Yeah. So they got all of those things. So
Yeah.
and deserts, like you said too. So
But I
it's
will
like
say the only thing that scares me about mountains, like I would love to have a cabin in the woods on a mountain in
Mm.
front of a lake. However, I don't want it to be one of those one way in, one way out situations because of wildfire.
yeah,
Like,
and that's
seriously.
you know what the crappy
That
part about what's
scares
happening
me.
now is those people who got those houses to escape,
Yeah.
and things like they've literally shut themselves in.
Yes.
Or kind of not. I don't want to say it like this, but for lack of better words, sealed their fate when they do
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Where they're like, hey, I want to be cut off from the whole world. You got it, including when
I
death
do
is
too,
coming for
but
you.
I
So,
want several options of how to get out
Yeah.
and to know that one of those roads isn't going to be
Mhm.
blocked.
what about what was that in California where the snow got so bad? What
Oh,
was
it
that at?
trapped people.
I mean, where was that at?
It was
in
like
Ca-
Big Bear or
Yeah,
something.
some of the trap, and it was
That
like
was
it's
in
gonna be
Southern
worse when it melts.
California.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be worse when it
'Cause
melts.
that's all water. It's got to
Yeah.
go somewhere.
Man, look, man. So when we say like mountains or oceans, I guess there's different ways of looking at it. From like, hey, what view would you want?
Well, which
You know-
view do you think is better, mountains or ocean?
See, that's a tough one because
You've
I've been
seen both.
yeah. So I've been to Hawaii, and I can tell you that in Hawaii, from a hotel view of the ocean, it's freaking.
Yeah, there's
It
nothing
is
like
majestic.
It.
Yeah, it is hearing the seagulls, hearing them, not experiencing the
Mine,
hear-
mine,
Yes,
mine,
because it's
mine,
exactly
mine.
like they may not say it, but they act like, hey, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like seeing the view from like the Marriott in Hawaii, you're like,
Marriott.
hey, you're like, dude, man, that is majestic. However, driving in Alaska and Anchorage, and driving, and all you see is mountain, this region
Right.
out there. That is literally like one with nature, one with God. You're like, dude, I am.
Yeah,
It
sure.
is it's like, wow, this is natural beauty that's been put here for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, and it sucks that you have to go so far to experience those things. But meanwhile, in Kansas, flat.
It is mathematically flatter
Man.
than a pancake.
We.
And that has been researched.
It's like, I don't know.
Super flat.
Kansas is like flat.
Super flat.
Yeah.
But we're fortunate the little city we live in does have hills and lots of trees, which is unlike other parts of Kansas that it has no hills and no trees.
Yeah, nothing.
We have trees. at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, Kansas is like, I feel like Kansas is like a bad white girl joke.
And that's what, well, yeah, it is.
Think about it, like.
Well, and the great thing here is
It
like,
is.
it's the no coast thing. So
Yeah.
like you get a lot of like the car companies or no coast customs and things like that. Like it has cool names, but there's nothing here.
However, one of the biggest things that folks be sleeping on Kansas is this. Yeah, it may be flat, but it is the air capital of the world.
It is.
So it's not like there's nothing here.
It
Like
is.
Kansas,
We have
you
a
want to
lot.
fly, come to Kansas.
We have a lot.
You want to
of,
learn to fly, come to Kansas.
of headquarters here.
Yeah, every one of what we got: Cessna, Beechcraft, who else? Textron.
Textron and Cessna.
Yeah,
That's where it gets weird.
yeah, that's where it gets a little.
But we have Spirit,
Bombardier.
Bombardier.
Yeah, everybody's here. Spirit,
Everybody's here.
Boeing was here.
Yeah.
So I mean, Kansas.
So
We may
it's-
not have mountains or oceans.
No, but man, if you can fly a plane,
Yeah, you in like Flynn.
it's good.
You in like Flynn. But
yeah.
I mean,
But it's still, yeah, it's hard because then you have to live with things like when you move here from the ocean, you have to deal with the fact that there's no iodine in the air and just how badly you need iodine.
yeah,
A body needs iodine.
yeah. And
So that's why, like, I go through when we, travel to the West or when I go back home for a little bit, I have to go through, my body has to go through this metamorphosis of swelling and then relaxing, and then
Yeah.
I'm like thinner and my neck thins out because I get the iodine.
Yeah,
I get that in the air naturally.
And I guess it's one of those things where if you've been living around it for so long, once you come to a place that ain't got it at all,
Yeah.
because you've been enriched by it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
been with you for a while, and then you leave. You're like, it's hard
Yeah.
to exist
And that
anywhere.
it's
You know what I
true.
mean? It's just hard to exist somewhere else. It's like,
Yeah, but
no,
I don't know. Because
Yeah.
like I love traveling through New Mexico too. They have some of the most beautiful mountains, and
we didn't go to Colorado, right? We went the
Mm-mm.
opposite way. We didn't go through Colorado.
we just skirted it.
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause-
And I mean, Colorado's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, mountains,
eh.
mountains, no oceans, mountains.
That's the thing. I want to be in a state where there's mountains and ocean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I said, it's understandable. It's one of those things where if you have a preference, I mean, you like, a certain type of beauty, like where it's like, no, I like mountainous view,
Right.
I like oceanic view. You know what I mean?
I can't imagine liking one more than the other.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's your preference of
like
beauty.
Both.
It's your preference of beauty. How do you feel? When it comes to either one of them. But either way, there's only so much we can say about mountains and oceans. But that was the topic, and that's what we talked about.
It
so
was good.
yeah, mountains, oceans,
Equally as dangerous.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd say the
both
ocean's
can
a
kill
little
you.
bit
Both can
more
kill you.
dangerous,
What-
probably.
Yeah, both can kill you. Let's just put it that way. Both got
I
things in.
mean, Sasquatch and
Yeah,
Metrodon or
and
Metadon.
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
Yeah, the Meg.
Okay, the big
Yeah.
ass fish.
Time to go. Time to go.
Just trying to throw the rest of it out.
It's
there.
all
They
good,
got
baby.
nothing on a mountain.
Look, that's hey,
Nothing
that was
on
our
the
topic.
oceans.
Mountains and oceans. I mean, hey, take it or leave it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of DMY's podcast. Oh my woman, look on your face right now. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Thanks
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of DMY's podcast. We catch you guys on another one. So signing off. I am Davey,
I'm Misty.
and we are DMY. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys